morning, folks. It's good to be back. Once again, with some Kaizo and cocktails. We're gonna die a lot. We're gonna make... We'll find out what kind of drink it is. Actually, before I do anything else, let me just throw a prediction up. See, I can make it at least last 20 minutes. Start that prediction. Got it. Alright, perfect. Alrighty. Yeah. Back at it for, this is what, our 6th week of Kaizo and Cocktails? We've kept this up pretty consistently. Our 5th week of Quickie World. I think we're getting pretty close to the end. When I check the number of exits, I think we're probably 2 streams out from beating it. Could be 3. Almost certainly won't be this one. But yeah, let's get to it. Let's see, so if I just go ahead and... Yes, we had left off. Good evening, Sarah. Right here. Yes, in the middle of this level. Yeah, how's everyone doing this July evening? Thankfully not as hot here as it's been like last week. Actually kind of cloudy today. No rain, but at least cloudy. Alright, I was practicing this level a little bit before stream, but I couldn't actually get this section, so this is gonna take some deaths. Alright, good. Death counter is actually working as intended. But this is all about juggling a shell. Like you can see that, yeah, my practice did pay off a bit. So I feel a little bad for practicing off stream, but only a little bit. See, that was actually really far. Let's see. I have at least one thing that I'm very excited to show off on the wheel. Yeah, nothing hits the spot like ice water. There we go. At least I have this bit consistent. I did not have that consistent at all when I was practicing. Oh no! Okay, there's still more to the level after that. Let's see. Oh, I thought I was not going to make that jump. There we go. Now that's cooking with gas. Oh, and the mushroom is stuck. And we need... Oh, and it's right there. It's right there. Okay, actually, this is not going to take us a ton of deaths. I guess that practice did pay off. Let's see. Oh, oops, wrong jump. Let's see. I'm still riding high from a couple days ago when I went to a card game draft and not only managed to win 3-0, but then both me and CJ pulled a really rare card, which was fun. Since I've been playing Flesh and Blood for like 6 months now, and I haven't really gotten any incredible pulls, which, like, I haven't spent very much money on the game, so that's not a surprise. But still, it's cool to be like, oh, this is a card I actually need to figure out how to sell. Because some people who collect for this game, or just play at competitive level, will pay ridiculous prices for some pieces of cardboard. I mean, it is pieces of cardboard with some foil on it. Let's see, what else is happening? once again, behind on Gahooligans. It's just hard to get yourself to do anything when it's consistently, 85, 90 degrees. Alright, now I lost the consistency I had when we started out. That's okay. See, I just had to say something about it. That's tight right there. Yeah, Snorin would also be snoozing through the heat. Excited though, because we're getting into the very interesting good part of the series. Books 3 and 4 have been a big step up. And I can't take all the blame. CJ's the one who has to read the books. Yeah, the first book is, like, very distinctly, like, its own thing. Like, after that, it's like, okay, now we'll start the real series. This was, like, a prologue. Like, all the stuff with St. Aggie still ends up coming back, but it ends up not being, like, the main problem in the world. But yeah, I guess 5 more episodes and we can go and we can watch the movie. That would be fun. But yeah, hopefully find some time this month to get 2 or 3 episodes in the can so that we can have a small buffer again. And then get back to recording every other week. That's the hope. But hey, amusement park hot takes yesterday ended up being a lot of fun. Was that yesterday? It was. Yeah, it was. I didn't even think I had one until the very end. Alright, here's a question, chat. What is the longest amount you would wait to ride on a decent roller coaster? How long would you be willing to wait in line if you knew how long the line was going to be? Oh, too slow. Still, we got here again, and that's good. Because my hot take yesterday was 5 minutes, and everyone seemed to think that I was crazy. Which, to be fair, I was being inflammatory there. Let's see. If you're solo, 10 to 15 minutes, see, that sounds reasonable to me. I think a 15-minute wait for a decent roller coaster makes sense. But at least I'm not out here saying that Disney parks are the only good parks. That's all I'm gonna say. Riley is such a good heel. They know exactly how to get everyone else incensed. It's a powerful skill. Oh, is it a new ride? Sorry, I missed your chat, Anircosm. No, let's say it's a roller coaster that you have been on before, so you know how good it is. Because, yeah, a longer wait time for a new ride, I do get that. Just, in my judgment, it's probably not going to be worth it. But also, I'm just not very much of a theme park enjoyer. So, you know, maybe I'm just not the person to be having takes here. I like them well enough, but it's just too much time spent waiting to do the actually fun parts. And I'm just terrible at waiting in line. I will always find the shortest grocery store line. I will, if I have like multiple food options, like food carts or spots in a food court or wherever, I will absolutely choose the place with one person in line rather than four, even if I know the four-person line is going to be better food. Remember, the dining hall at college was the worst for that, because like the one decent station every time would have a massive line, and I would be hungry and on a schedule. Oh man, elementary school and like middle school lunches where you have like 15 minutes to eat and then 15 minutes to play outside was unmanageable for me. I was such a slow eater as a kid. Oh, we hit 50 deaths. What am I doing? Let's go over to the wheel. And take a minute to show off a couple of things I'm excited about on this wheel. We've got... okay, the thing I found at the store today that I was horrified by, but we've got ClaMAHto. Yep. Which I have never tasted, but I'm kind of horrified. Also, the fact that it's just in a beer can, like, I don't know if it's also got beer? Yeah, it looks like it is beer. Yeah, lager with natural flavors. I was looking at the Spanish side. Yeah, ClaMAHto beer. So, that's exciting. That's probably the most exciting thing on the wheel today. See, I don't have any terrible... I guess I have, Audrey said several times, Lady Tabletop, from Alone at the Table, several times said that I need to get bouillon on the wheel. So, we've got some beef bouillon. Is that how you pronounce it? I never know. See, also I bought too much celery today, so we can just get a celery stick. I don't love celery, but honestly, like just putting that in my glass and having that as a stir stick, not that bad at all. Alright, so let's go ahead and give that wheel a spin. See what we're starting our drink off today with. We're starting off with some, just barely lime juice. It's right on the edge there, but the site itself says that it landed on lime juice. I wonder if we can have a nice reprise of mostly just lemon juice. Yeah, okay, it's one of those words that changes how French you want to make it sound. Thanks, Seraph. So I can say it however I want. So yeah, we're just going to start with... Should I actually measure this time? Nah. We go by vibes. We put measurements in the recipe afterwards. That's what we do. So we'll just do a little squeeze of lime juice, just from a bottle. No fresh lime juice here, sadly. I'm sure it would be better if it was fresh. Which, lime juice isn't as terrible to, like, drink raw as, like, lemon juice. Still not a good time, though. Still don't really recommend it. But we're starting off with something relatively normal. In fact, that's something that would actually go with ClaMAHto beer. Oh man, if I don't spin the ClaMAHto beer tonight, I'm going to just have to open it and taste it. And probably think it's terrible. Because I don't like tomato. And I'm not the biggest beer person. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, let's get back to some Kaizo. Alright, here we go. Oops. Close. Sure, maybe I could just wait till the blade even lands in that little bucket. Let's see. Yep, it looks like I can just do that, honestly. So the shell juggle is difficult because I can't pick up a shell. I can't spin jump if I'm holding a shell. If I grab a shell mid-air while I'm spin jumping, then I can hold it while spin jumping, but otherwise, I just will do a normal jump. Which means I have to keep re-grabbing it in the air rather than waiting for it to land on the ground if I'm in a place that can do that. Oops. That one's on me. I mean, they're all on me. Let's be real. At this point, when I've seen the end of level, no, everything's on me. I know everything I have to do. I just have to get my execution right. Like, not throw my shell away into oblivion. Still, I'm already back in the Mario groove, which is good. This week I've mostly been playing Griftlands, which is a neat little game. It's like half roguelike RPG, half roguelike, half RPG. It's kind of like Slay the Spire, except you're building two different decks, one for fighting and one for talking. Which means a lot of situations you can just talk your way out of, but it plays out as a card battle. It's pretty neat. Might make for a decent stream game, I don't know. I don't know if there's any fun challenge I could come up with to go with it, but it could be fun. And I don't have to do a challenge with every game I stream, I guess. I just made that my thing so far, you know? Why's that gotta be a death block? Still, I think I'm enjoying... I don't know, the last challenge run was a lot of fun, but I wouldn't go back and, like, do that again without a significant, like, change, but like this, as long as I have a slightly different wheel every time. Any game where you have repeated deaths, I think, would be fun to do with a wheel of terrible cocktails. Easy to iterate on, too. You know, constructing sandwiches, or constructing all the toppings of a pizza. Gotta go a little bit faster there. Nope. Nope. Okay, focusing. Okay, don't tempt fate. That's the real solution, is don't tempt fate. I wasn't having this problem before. What am I doing? gotta be. Oh, so close. We just have to bounce off that last flame twice. The first time bonking our head on the switch, so we actually have platforms to walk on. But hey, we're getting close to another wheel spin at least. Especially if I do dumb shit like that. Here we go. Let's see, did I have any funny dog things this week? Let's see. Yesterday we took him out to the park. And we have a way where we can put him in a harness and then clip the harness to a seatbelt so he's actually clipped in the back. Usually I just go and sit in the back with him to make sure he doesn't try to get out because he has wiggled his way out before, but he has a new harness now. And of course, driving there first time in the passenger seat rather than sitting in the back with him, he like within 10 minutes Houdini'd his way out of his harness and also chewed on his leash, even though his leash was not part of the contraption attaching him to the seat. Which meant that he almost broke his leash and proved that his new harness that we thought, oh, there's no way he'll ever escape this. Nah, easy to wiggle out of. He just doesn't quite know what to do about car rides. We've also ended up with a interesting summer routine where the dog wakes up at 7, pretty much always, to have to go outside and have his breakfast. But neither CJ or I actually have things in the morning, so we'd both kind of rather sleep in. So we take turns with one of us getting up with the dog. Oh, let's try this one more time, just because if I pause there, it's going to be a disaster. One of us wakes up with the dog, does his morning business, and then just goes and sleeps on the couch with him while the other person gets to sleep in the bed. It's a pretty good deal. Especially for the dog. Alright. We have to spin the wheel again. Oh. There we go. Let's give it a go. What are we landing on today? A marshmallow. Marshmallow and lime. That's always a good beginning. We've got a sweet and we've got a sour component so far. Honestly, like, these are two reasonable places to start. Nice, squishy marshmallow. Perfect in a s'more. But it is just going to go and just kind of be an addition in the glass. It's just sitting in there. I imagine it will slowly dissolve, especially with the acidity of the lime juice. Not yet, though. That's still just lime juice. Looks like we might be coming up. If I was to guess right now what we'd end up with, it seems like we're going to end up with some sort of gremlin drink, you know? The sort of thing that you make at like 2 in the morning when everyone else is asleep so they won't know that you debased yourself so much to make a drink like that. Something I've never done. Never in my life. Usually it's snacks. Usually it's snacks, not drinks for me, but this is the drink equivalent. Alright, so I'm very happy with our start so far. Why's it gotta be spelled marshmallow and not marshmallow, like? Well, am I just pronouncing it wrong, actually? Because I always say marshmallow, but it is marshmallow. I think about all sorts of words that I might be pronouncing wrong on stream. Because normally I don't really worry about my pronunciation very much. I'm already not the most, like, articulate speaker. I certainly learned that going back and listening to my voice on podcasts. It's like, oh yeah, I really just kind of let all my words run together. Oh. We can still save it! We can still save it! Yes! Boom! There we go! Alright. What I'm gonna do for my victory sip here is I'm just going to stab through the marshmallow with my straw. If it will let me. Yeah, see, like that. You probably can't see very well. But it turns out you can't just drink a marshmallow is the problem. I don't love that flavor combination. I'm not sure how much marshmallow I'm getting there at all. Still, celebration. Update our quick saves. We're onto the castle. Well, that was rude. I bet we will need that. Oh, I need to bounce off that saw blade to get up there, I bet. Because I don't think I can quite get it. Maybe if I can get some cheeky pea speed. Nope. I was honestly worried that we weren't going to make it through that level today. That it was just going to be 2 hours of attempting that over and over. Man, I gotta be fast. It's gotta be, like, right away. Just... There we go, like that. Yes, and I will need that saw blade again. Nope. Alright, it's gonna take me a little while to get this down. Okay. Okay, yeah, it just has to be a short spin jump. Nope. Not like that. Okay, I have to be much faster there with that grab block, which are always finicky for me, so that's gonna be fun. Oh, I threw it right in the right place and it still didn't count. I hate that. Oh, just a little bit too slow. Once again, the quickie world, gotta go fast. Thing I'm excellent at, as you have seen. Oh shoot. I didn't mean to hit quick load, but it's okay, I was about to die there anyway. I still have those buttons bound to my shoulders. I really shouldn't, but I do. It is sometimes very convenient. Though with what I have to drink right now, I'm not very tempted to make quick saves, you know? Oh, I need to grab that shell, I'm certain. Almost. Just gotta practice this section. I'm sure we have several more obstacles before the midway here, though. forget, did the last castle even have a midway, or was it just one level? Or just one section? Alright. Actually, if I count my low bounces there, I should be able to figure out timings well enough. Like, I can probably just do that after 2 rather than 3, and have more consistency. 2 lows, then a high. Nope. Nope. Ooh, that was a little bit further. Yeah, C2 bounces there is just the right amount. We got this. We got this. Alright, I still have to figure out my timing there. There we go, and run, bounce, 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 throw, bounce, 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 bounce. Oh shoot, didn't get the high bounce there. If I mess up that throw, it's just all over. It's not actually that hard. I just psych myself out about it because I think it's hard. Alright, it's time to spin that wheel again. Got our marshmallow and our lime. What else do we need in this drink? I think like getting something like a Coke or root beer or even Mountain Dew, like all that would be good. Something bubbly and sweet would be just fine in here. I don't think the marshmallow would add too much, but you know. Let's see what we got. Whiskey. Yeah, whiskey and lime. That works. That's a normal combination that normal people do. Let me grab my very cheap, not very good whiskey. And we'll add a shot to our glass. That has given our drink a nice kind of orangey color. Not the full like dark orange of the whiskey. We're also definitely getting some melting on the marshmallow. Would not recommend eating the marshmallow. It does not taste very good. I just got a little bit there. That is too much lime to whiskey. I'd say it's on the verge of something that I would drink, but I would definitely at least add some ice. So not the worst thing that I have had by any means, but too much lime juice, which is probably on me, but hey, I added the lime first. Alright. Lime juice, marshmallow, whiskey. Let's get back at it. Here we go. I forgot what I was doing. Too slow. Saying all those ball and chains is tricky. And getting the timing to get a high jump when you want to get a high jump. So I think after this level there's only like 2 more? Maybe 3? So we are starting to get to the end of Quickie World. If we can beat this tonight, I bet we will finish Quickie World next week. And then it'll probably be time for a break from Kaizo and Cocktails, with the promise of coming back to it in the future. So I'll have to figure out what I want to do next. At least for a week or 2. That is if I can ever get over this ball and chain. I did make a whole list of potential ideas. Actually, what I should really do is figure out something that I can do that isn't just me, so I have someone else to chat with as we stream. That'll make it more fun. I know there's been some talk of, this wouldn't be me, but of some Moonshot folks doing a playthrough of Legend of Zelda 4 Swords, which is the 4-player Zelda, which always sounded like a good time to me. I think that will start sometime this summer. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jay is going to be back on their Tuesday night streams and playing some licensed games. Might not be tomorrow, it might be a week from tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure they said they were coming back this week. No, they've got the APR finale several weeks in the past. Well, the season 1 finale. You can salvage a GBA to game cables. Oh, that's cool. think the console I loved the most through my childhood was my Game Boy Advance SP, the folding one. I had so many good times with that. Pokemon Ruby, Super Mario World. Let's see, what were my other favorites on that? I don't think I owned Link to the Past for that, because I didn't get handheld Zeldas until Phantom Hourglass. I think Phantom Hourglass was like my first actual Zelda. I should go back and replay that game. It's been like 10 years. I wonder how it holds up now. I loved it at the time. I should try that in Spirit Tracks, see how they hold up. Especially now that I'm relatively fresh off Tears of the Kingdom, which, you know, extremely different genre of game. I also need to play Wind Waker. That's like the one, like, Zelda, beloved Zelda that I haven't played. Like, mainstream beloved Zelda. Also, it's been like 10 years since I played Twilight Princess, and I bet that one holds up. Especially if I can play it on like a GameCube and not a Wii, so you don't have to shake the Wiimote to do everything. Because the Wii wasn't good enough to recognize any inputs more than shake it. So how do I swing my sword? Oh, you just shake the Wiimote. Then again, maybe that was better than... I don't know. Skyward Sword's combat was such an interesting idea, and I really, really wanted to like it. I really, really did. With the directional slashes, it's like, that felt like what swordplay should be like in a game like that. And then it just ended up being, like, underwhelming, you know? And part of that was just limitations of the technology, you know, like, every 20 minutes having to recalibrate your Wiimote Plus, or whatever. Yeah, I've been tempted by the Switch remake too. It's just not, like, worth $60 for me. You know, I'd like to replay 10-year-old games without paying $60 to $80, you know? The good news is that emulators for, like, older consoles work quite well, like what I'm using here. So if you do manage to get your hands on ROMs of old games, and you can play them without having to worry about cost. Which, like, it's not like those companies are losing out on money. I'm not saying that you should go and pirate 30-year-old games for the SNES, but also I don't think Nintendo is losing any money if you do. Also, ROM hacks like this are a really fun way to re-experience the same mechanics of those games, but, like, completely reskinned. Like, if you get a chance to play a good Pokemon ROM hack of, like, the Fire Red, Leaf Green, or Ruby Sapphire, those are some good times. Yeah, sometimes some computer ROMs just fall off the back of a truck. Especially, you know, if you get the ROM from someone else, then you can just assume that they obtained it legally and they're just sharing it with you, which is perfectly fine. Also, I don't know how fair use applies in the world of video games, but I feel like things like this are like far enough into the fair use test of like, this isn't a replacement for the experience of playing Super Mario World. If it was, then I would have beaten the game several times and been trying to learn a speedrun. Oh, look at that. We are at 2,001 deaths. So it's time for our fourth wheel spin of the night. So far, we've not hit any bad results. Let's see if we can go 4 for 4. All right, we are, I guess we're boozing it up. Rum and whiskey. I don't know how many drinks mix rum and whiskey. Like, I know there's like the Long Island iced tea where it's just like, hey, take the whole... Exactly, a real Mario Odyssey of Deaths. Where you just kind of take the whole liquor cabinet and pour that in there. And somehow end up with something that supposedly doesn't taste like alcohol? I don't think I've ever had a proper one, so I wouldn't really know one way or the other. Let's see. So yeah, we'll add, I don't know, half, 3/4 of a shot of rum. Darken up our glass a little bit more. Have something that is going to taste extremely strong. I'm just going to be taking small sips of this tonight. Because 2 shots is about my limit, honestly. Oh yeah, we have some marshmallow meltage now. Hasn't melted all the way, but it is starting to come apart. Let's see. Oof. Alright, that lime juice is very acrid. And you still taste the whiskey a lot more than the rum. And also, like, the whiskey I have is considerably worse than the rum I have, so... We have to get a mixer in there. We have to get something to balance everything out that isn't an intense taste. Also, still tasting no marshmallow. Oh yeah, if I drink too much of that, that's going to make Kaizo a lot harder. So we're gonna, as always, drink in moderation. Okay, here's the thing I've never understood. How are bars supposed to work? Like, unless they are walking distance from your home, which almost always they're like in a downtown space, which won't be walking distance from your home if you're anywhere other than like a big city. And especially if you're out there to like 3, where like public transport shuts, or even, you know, like 1. At least where I live, we don't have public transport later than like 10 at night. Are you just always expected to go out with a designated driver? Like, how is that supposed to work? I say as someone who has, like, never actually, like, been to a bar of, like, my own volition. I've gone with a friend, like, once or twice. But it is not my thing. Surprise, surprise, I know. The person who has a podcast about a children's book series, and mostly talks about their dog and plays games on Twitch, doesn't go out to bars frequently. Oh, and also is married. Yeah. Met my wife when we were both 19. Huh, I wonder why I don't have experience at bars. Alright, that red coin is definitely where I'm supposed to throw the shell. Then the shell's going to bounce off of that turn block. I can bounce off of the saw... Oh, I need to make the turn block spin so the saw blade can keep moving. I see. That's why I throw the shell there. That's what it's there for. But yeah, never really got bars. Just because, like... if it's like a pub where it's a place where you're like getting food and drinks and also, maybe playing pub games like pool or darts or whatever, like I kind of get that because, you have things to do there long enough to like sober up if someone does need to sober up to drive home. Even then, that's still like not necessarily discouraging people from drinking and driving. I guess there's taxis. I've just never been a person who's had to use taxis or like been in a place where taxis are much of a thing. Like Uber, like that's gonna be like way too expensive for the kind of transit that I want to do. I'd much rather just make a cursed cocktail at home, And it's also like way cheaper. I don't know. Maybe if you're an extrovert, it works out differently for you. But for me, the mental math is pretty clear. See, I think for when I do come back for my next series of Kaizo and cocktails after a break, we might do it with multiple wheels, different wheels for different drink components, and then maybe let chat choose what wheel we should spin next. So like there would be a mixer wheel, a spirits wheel, a like flavor edition wheel, and then a fun stuff wheel. Because that's kind of how I have it broken down when I'm building the wheel. But putting it all in the same place means that, we get some true chaos. So maybe adding a little bit of order will at least lead to things that look a little bit more like actual drinks. I don't know if that's good or bad, though. Maybe I should just stick to the pure chaos. These levels have definitely gotten harder. I can say that. This game's had a pretty good difficulty curve. I bet if I went back and played the first couple levels now, they would feel easy. Maybe I'll do that before I call it for the night. Go back to the first couple levels and see if I can just blast through them. So actually, maybe what I should do is, after I beat Quickie World, just go and play standard Super Mario World and just try to beat it in a single stream without, like, doing any, like, replaying it, since I haven't played that game in several years, but see how much my Kaizo practice has prepped me to just blast through that game. And still have the wheel, of course. Maybe put it like 10 deaths, though, so much higher stakes. Alright, made it. Nope, I didn't manage to stay on the ball and chain. I was doing better and now I'm doing worse. We got this. Nope, we don't got this. You're right, I really shouldn't be saying that about CJ. That's not a kind thing to say about my podcast co-host. Especially when she's being very nice and looking after the dog while I'm in the office, even though sometimes he drives her a little nuts. He just thinks her hair looks so delicious and gets so mad when he doesn't get her full attention. He doesn't drive me nearly as nuts because he doesn't push on me nearly as much. Oh yeah, next week I get to go back for my, next CallisCon recording. That's exciting. The Beam Saber Mega actual play. They'll probably start coming out, like, this winter. So we're not going to start releasing that till the whole thing's recorded. It is, Night of Deals, it is half frustrating and half, like, kind of meditative. Like, at first I thought, like, okay, this is the thing I should stream because I'm not sure I would get through it without a stream to, like, keep me honest. And then I went and played through a different hack just on my own and beat the whole thing. It's like, no, I just genuinely actually enjoy this. There's something, like, very relaxing about it. Because, like, I'm not trying to, like, beat this in any amount of time. I'm just here to learn it. And I've reached a level where I know that I'm pretty certain I will be the level if I try long enough. It just is going to take X attempts. And also stopping every 50 deaths, which I just realized I need to do, helps keep me from getting tilted. Yeah. But no, like, this works for my brain in the same way that, like, jigsaw puzzles do, or, like, organizing something relatively, like, brainless. Like, right now that's been my, Flesh and Blood cards. Organizing those is similar for me. Or knitting. Knitting is also in the same space for me. It's too hot to knit. Yeah. I mean, I was just saying, I enjoy knitting. That's a bit of an elderly person activity. All my love to you, Mom. Who started knitting when I wouldn't have called her an elderly person. And she's still not elderly. She's just middle-aged. You know, I start half my conversations by talking about the weather, so, like, that's another old person trait that I picked up. That one's from my dad, though. Alright, we have to go spin a wheel. Let's see if we can hit a mixer. I would really like to hit a mixer. Hey! Oh, I'm so excited I knocked my mic over. That's a... You know, I got it so it could go on the wheel today. And I'm glad that it wasn't in vain. I feel like this is quickly becoming a drink that is, like, designed to fuck you up. So I'm going to say right now, like, again, please be reasonable in your own consumption. I'm only taking small sips here. Mostly because it tastes awful, but also because I'm a lightweight. Also, this is only, like, beer strength. And also I know that mixing beer and liquor is generally a bad plan. So, you know, I might pay consequences for this later, but I fully accept those consequences. This is Budweiser Chelada ClaMAHto beer. A thing of beauty. A thing of horror. We gotta just taste it first, right? No, have you ever had ClaMAHto? I don't know if I've ever even had, like, a Bloody Mary, which I think is what, like, ClaMAHto juice is normally used in. I just cut my nails, of course, and now I can't get the tab. Actually, let me set my controller aside in case there's an explosion. There we go. I did ask for a mixer. This is still alcoholic, though, so I don't really count it as a mixer. Alright, let's do a taste test. Beer shouldn't taste salty. Like, I don't like tomato juice. I'm not a big tomato fan in general, but tomato juice especially does not do it for me. So that's not the best, but also, like, I respect tomato juice. It's doing what it's doing. I can see why people like it. It doesn't work for me, but I respect that that is a me problem. The clam half, on the other hand, why would you put that in a drink? Like, why? Like, I guess it does go with the tomato juice as well as anything would go with clam juice. Actually, considerably better. But a drink shouldn't leave your mouth salty. You're not supposed to drink seawater. Okay, I just gotta see if the second impression is better than the first. It is kind of like a pasta sauce. A pasta sauce with some beer in it. Yeah, it kind of tastes like I took like a quarter of a jar of ragu and then dumped it in a can of beer and then mixed it up really well without making the beer like completely fizz over. I don't know. I'm going to stand firm in my opinion that tomatoes aren't for drinking. But given that it's a choice between this and drinking like pretty much straight hard alcohol, I feel like I was about to say it can't get so much worse, but it actually could get a lot worse. Alright. That's probably like 4 ounces there that I added? Something like that. A reasonable amount of a mixer. The fact that marshmallows are in there just becomes better, more and more humor as it slowly disintegrates. There's just bits of marshmallow. There's still the big one with the hole in it. Okay, we gotta know. Yep, bouillon and we'd have tipsy soup. Right now, if I just get like the celery, this is basically just a Bloody Mary that is made to fuck you up more. Okay, good news is it did cut down the alcohol a lot, and the lime juice is actually now doing a lot of work there to make this palatable. Yeah, not nearly so much saltiness when we've got the alcohol there, balancing it out. Still not great, but it's palatable. I could see someone liking this, just not me. Okay, I gotta look up what goes in a normal Bloody Mary. Tipsy soup would be very funny for the record. It absolutely would. But what does go in a regular Bloody Mary? Seven ingredients. Bloody Mary is normally vodka, tomato juice, Worcestershire. See, I was right to put Worcestershire on the wheel last week. Black pepper. Wait, you actually put black pepper in there? Do you remember how terrible black pepper was in the first week? How bad of a mouthfeel it was? Celery salt, Tabasco, and lemon juice. Alright, so we have our Budweiser Chelada ClaMAHto. Is our tomato juice, and I'd say our Worcestershire too. We've got whiskey and rum instead of vodka, so much more flavorful spirits. We got lime juice instead of lemon juice, but that's close enough. So we're just missing Tabasco and black pepper and celery salt. I'm not sure celery salt would even add it. I bet celery salt already counts in the ClaMAHto, actually. Let's see. There's also a Bloody Maria made with tequila, and a red snapper spiked with gin. A Caesar. Oh, I see. A Caesar is the one that features ClaMAHto juice. Okay, even a splash of Guinness on top, so there is even ones that have a bit of beer. And yes, of course, the garnish-based arms race. Thank you, liquor.com. I still don't think it is a good drink. Wait, I'm looking at the actual recipe now. 2 teaspoons of horseradish? Who actually drinks Bloody Marys? I was always kind of mystified by the existence of the Bloody Mary, and now I'm more. Yeah. Well, this drink is a bloody something. It's not a Bloody Mary. Yeah, tomato and Worcestershire. Yeah, horseradish isn't that wild. I don't know. It's going into the realm of spicy drink, which I can accept on its own merits, but yeah, Bloody Caesar, I believe, is already the thing that involves ClaMAHto. So we'll have to call it something else because it's got different spirits in there. And also, who knows what else the wheel is going to add. Two Brutus? That's pretty good. Alright, well, while we ponder that, we're gonna go back and see if we can actually beat this motherfucker. Oh good, I didn't even miss that first try. There we go. Let those flavors get to know each other, you know? Because that always makes a big difference, is letting the flavors get to know each other. We've learned that on other weeks. I do want to at some point go and try to make my virgin maple drop for real following the recipe I came up with. Where you just do some Worcestershire maple syrup, which actually sounds like it would be decent. And the same flavor space as this, but sweeter and without the tomato. And then basically just a watermelon lemonade over the top of that. That sounds... I feel like when I wrote that out, it would actually be like a genuinely decent time. My biggest problem actually now is that can is a big can, if you didn't notice. I'm gonna feel bad if I just leave it, like, not being consumed. That was like a $4 can. Am I really just gonna let $4 go down the drain, or I'm going to drink something that is kinda nasty on its own, even without the other spirits? And also, I don't know. We'll have to try a few more sips, but it might be the sort of kombucha effect where the first few sips are like, oh no, why would I ever drink this? And then you end up kinda liking it. Use it in a pasta sauce. I mean, I guess? I don't feel like it would be a very good pasta sauce is the problem. Like, there's a lot of pasta sauce there, but I feel like it is... I guess if I did something with, like, natural seafood flavors and something that was already going to be, like, seafood and tomato... Italians put wine in their pasta sauce. Beer can't be that far off. I mean, true. I guess doing something like a beer-battered shrimp, or beer-battered scallops, or beer-battered clams, it could maybe work. If you served it with, like, a marinara sauce. Well, that's probably fancier than CJ or I would cook. Okay, no, CJ would cook that fancy. What am I saying? She does stuff on that level all the time. We might make pierogies this week. That will be good. Step up cooking when you got a weird ingredient, that's true. When you get that one specific thing for that one specific dish. Yeah, sometimes you cook incredible meals and sometimes you learn a lot in the kitchen. And those aren't mutually exclusive. But usually if you don't cook something incredible, you learn a lesson. It's just like the Celestial, you know? Every failure, you learn a little something. Just like every death in this run, I'm learning little by little. Which I am building muscle memory. I just have to make sure I'm not building wrong muscle memory. But man, if you practice something enough, the muscle memory will last for years. Like one of the last pieces I learned on piano, I could still play from memory like 8 years later. I think it's finally mostly gone now. But for a long time, I couldn't start in the middle. I could only start from the beginning. And if I messed up in the middle, I'd have to go all the way back to the beginning. But then it's just kind of like riding a bike downhill. Which, that's pretty rare for me to ingrain something that deep. It's tough for me to form habits normally. But muscle memory still works. Like, I've got that opening jump down very well. Alright, here we go. We got this. Yeah, that marshmallow is just sitting in that glass now, making a mockery of what this drink could have been. If we'd just gotten, like, some soda water and, I don't know, some orange juice, we could have something that was pretty tasty. Maybe going for, like, a orange creamsicle, a boozy orange creamsicle color taste palette? Not color palette. But no. ClaMAHto. I didn't have to buy the ClaMAHto, but I did. Alright, this is gonna be the run. Nope. I can't call it. Okay, yeah, this level is very hard. Asking for a lot of precision. And I guess every time I take a sip of my drink, it is a active debuff, so do have to keep that in mind. Compared to last week, where it was pretty pleasant. The only mildly objectionable thing was the Worcestershire sauce, and that was, like, fine. Okay, what drink would a marshmallow actually improve, though? Just putting a marshmallow in there to float. I mean, obviously hot chocolate. Are there any other drinks that would be improved by having a marshmallow just floating in them? So I feel like in like most sodas, it would just be too sweet. You know, you're already getting overwhelmed with sugar. So why would I want a marshmallow in there? Anything acidic like lemonade, as I have discovered, marshmallow doesn't play super well with. Yeah, fair enough. Marshmallows are a strange thing. Like, there's a lot of food where it's like, yeah, this is probably pretty artificial, huh? And then there's marshmallows where it's just, what demonic pact did we make to create this? Okay, we made it back to the red coin. So that's a win. And let's see if we can add anything to our bloody mellow. I feel like that would have to have like mellow yellow in it, actually. Let's go find out. Alright, yeah, we are just going the full Bloody Mary route. Tabasco! We're just gonna do a couple dashes of Tabasco. Yeah, see, the wheel knows what it wants. It has a certain wisdom to it. Okay, maybe the final recipe I do with this is you make this whole drink and then you just soak a marshmallow in it and you just eat the marshmallow. You know, like making like alcohol soaked gummies. Okay, we gotta do a taste test. Right, let's take an actual sip because you gotta see this. Honestly, without the marshmallow, this would not look that gross. It would just look like a slightly bad colored drink, but it could be okay. Though it is worryingly opaque, actually. That's probably the ClaMAHto, actually. Okay, the flavors do get to know each other a little bit. I still think I actually like this better than the straight ClaMAHto beer. The hard alcohols kind of give you something else to focus on than the tomato juice flavor, where it's like, hey, look, if you like tomato juice, then we might have something that is novel here. Other than the marshmallow floating in, it's probably something that you would drink and be like, yeah, that's okay, not the best. But it is not for me. I should really go back through these spots and get some of my faces. That would be good to do. Alright. Let's see, how long have we been going? We've been going for an hour, 20 minutes? Alright, we got plenty more time. I don't want to spin that wheel more, but it is what it is. Hot sauce. A mellow Nero. That's interesting. The only problem is I don't think I could ever actually describe this drink as mellow. But yeah, you did call it, Sarah. There was exactly one spicy option on that list and you nailed it. Or the wheel did. Alright, maybe this is gonna take 2 more streams after this one, given how long I have been stuck here. Usually by 80 minutes in, I would have 2 or 3 checkpoints. I just have 1. Go. Bounce, bounce. Don't fall off the blade. I guess I just don't have enough saw blade surfing experience. Bounce, bounce, high bounce, grab, throw. Bounce, bounce, high bounce, 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 high. Ah, it's gotta be 2, not 3. Bounce, bounce, high. Bounce, bounce, high bounce, grab, throw. Low, high, low, low, high. There we go. Oh, high bounce too early. Maybe a bloody marsh. Maybe that's what it is. I feel like you would need some assorted floating greens in there for that to really work. But maybe a bloody marsh. Like, Bloody Marys already have lots of, what do you call them? Not accoutrement, but like, you know, you have a sprig of parsley in there, you have a piece of celery in there, you have a lime wedge. Decorations? Oof, this doesn't have the best aftertaste either. It's still kind of sticking with me. So that's fun. Always good to have a drink that sticks with you long after your sip. Bloody Nero. Bloody Nero is pretty dang good. It's missing a lot of key components and is ultimately quite the letdown. Yep, yep. And if you drink too much of it, you too will be appointing a horse to the Senate. That was Nero, right? Oh, yeah, that might have been Caligula. Oh, okay. Here, and then shell jump, and then controlled fall. I would love to see what is further on, but alas. Let's see, what were the things that Nero was infamous for then? Because I don't know too much of my Roman history. Declaring war on the sea, always a good time. Let's see. Speaking of powerful people in powerful positions, I've been spent a good portion of the day listening to the, playing the violin while Rome burns. I mean, that's something that the players on the Titanic lived up to, you know, so who could say whether it's good or bad? I've been listening to the Behind the Bastards series on Vince McMahon, which 3 episodes in has just been mostly a history of wrestling. It's still fascinating stuff. And a lot of truly terrible people. Like the guy who forced all 5 of his sons to follow him into wrestling, and all 5 of them, like, died by the age of 30. Turns out that wrestling is very bad for your health. Ooh, that was closer, that was closer. I guess we might be reaching the point of needing to abuse a quick save. Which means I'll have to drink more of my drink, so I'd like to not have to do that, but we might need to find a place. No, way too slow. Oh, alright, but we're starting to consistently make it there. We're starting to. Only took us, what, 100, 150 deaths? No, wait, we've been here pretty much the entire night, haven't we? Oh no! Well, this ain't a great situation to be in. And I missed the shell jump too. Yeah, if I can make it there with the red shell thrown right, I'm going to make a quick save. So I have a feeling this is a level without a midpoint, given where midpoints have normally been. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just like right before the midpoint. What do I know? I really need to get headphones that work better with glasses, because after like 90 minutes it just makes my ears sore. Thankfully I don't really need it to hear sound here, so I can take a break. Well, I made it back there. Well, that's 21:50. So you know what time it is. No rest for the wicked. Spin that wheel. Let's see. I feel like this drink is just about at my limit for like alcohol content, so I'm actually going to mark it down. But I think we should spin again, see if we can land on something else. I'll make the recipes. Of course, rosewater. Rosewater is going to fix all of this. Rosewater is going to bring the whole drink together. See? I was right. I was right to spin an extra time. But yeah, the recipe will have more rum than whiskey. It's just, I am not going to... I'm going to know my own limits, you know? Rosewater, it's a very good, actually, you know, it adds a nice, subtle flavor to most things you do. A nice, rosy scent. I don't think it really works in a Bloody Mary. Smells like roses, smells very, very herbal. Not the most my thing, but, like, I respect what it's doing, and I don't dislike it the way I dislike tomato juice. So I will add a little bit and assume that it does absolutely nothing. And I don't think I'll get a taste to find out. I'll save that for when I make my quick save. All right. I don't think it's an important enough component to actually name the drink after it, but Bloody Rose is a very good name for a drink. You'd have to put, like, rose hips in there. You'd have to do several things that I don't have in my setup with me. Alright. Let's see if we can actually make it here and make our quick save. Throw, low, low, high, low, low, high. Close. Half decent. The trick is just to go low, low. Oh, I was a little bit too far back there. Low, low, high. Can't believe I made it. One good run and I got overconfident. Okay, we got this. We got this. Low, high. You'd think after 200 deaths I would have that bit of it down. You'd think. Alas. We got this. We can do this. We're capable of this. Honestly, what if I just make a quick save like right there when I'm doing those little bounces? That might work for me. Yeah, like right there. Let's see if that quick save works. So that means we have to take a sip of our monstrosity. Again, you can still see the marshmallow corpse in there, which is so very pleasant. I'm not tasting any rose, I'm afraid. There's some heat for sure. Which actually the heat really does help with the ClaMAHto. It needs some spicy to kind of make sense with the saltiness and the tomatoiness. You can still tell that it's a pretty strong drink. Yeah, it just tastes like very alcoholic tomato juice with some spice. Which, hey, if that's your thing, I guess it's not the worst that there's ever been. Alright, so let's see. So if I... Yeah. That should work okay. I just need to remember to be holding. I just need to remember to be holding grab so I don't throw the shell right away. Yeah, that'll work okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, oops. Well, that one counts. I don't know if this is making my life easier, but it's certainly making the run back a lot quicker. Oh yeah, see, that's a little bit better. Okay, that's a little bit closer. Oh, that was so close. There's just a 50-50 chance of which way you're going to throw the shell. Which means you really do want to throw it at that coin in case you throw it backwards. Okay, look at that. We are at another wheel spin. That was very quick, thanks to that quick save. Alright. I feel like we are pretty much at what this drink is at this point. I would take more hot sauce over grenadine. But I guess the drink isn't red enough, so we need to, like, pump up that color. So we'll go back to our good old friend. We've had some good times with grenadine so far on this channel. Very red. It's pomegranate? Yeah, cherry and pomegranate syrup, basically. Oh yes, look at that. That makes it a much redder. In fact, my camera's not doing the redness of this justice. It looks like a proper, like, grapefruit juice red now. Actually, I bet that looks like grapefruit juice on the camera too. Yeah, it does. Let's see if the sweetness helps at all. Maybe, but I feel like it's fighting the other flavors, so probably not. That's gonna be a no from me. Alright, that tomato flavor's still sticking with me. Love that, love that, love that. Alright. Let's see. 100 more deaths and we're gonna call it on this level. I did make another quick save there. So just... It's just a lot of flavors at once. It's just a lot at once. It is... It's not good. That's all there is to say. It's just not good. But I'm trying to look at it, like, objectively and be like, is there something here that someone could like? And I still don't know. I still don't know. Oh, shoot. Well, there goes my quick save. Because I've messed up whose shoulder button it is. That's okay. We can get back there. This would be a good drink to, like, prank someone with. Be like, ah, this is really good. Take a sip of it and pretend to like it because it's, like, not terrible enough that you can do that. And then just try to trick them into thinking that it's something you actually enjoy and they should like too. I feel like that's the ideal Bloody Nero. And actually having a marshmallow floating in it does kind of feel like a Nero thing, you know? So I think we are going to go with the Bloody Nero. Ooh, that was almost it. You know, I actually meant to delete my quick save there because I was just using that to practice that section. So this is all completely on purpose. Let it be known that I never make a mistake on this stream. Not once. Everything I do is on purpose, and I like it a lot. And to be non-sarcastic, I do think it is very funny still. Don't ever take my suffering here as something that I haven't completely, fully, and intentionally inflicted on myself. Here we go. Thank you for backing me up, not anything else. I appreciate it. I wonder if that quick save will work or not. I have a feeling the answer is no. Yeah, no, that one's not gonna work. Hey, you know what? This is far from the worst thing that I have made for a Kaizo and cocktail, so I am happy. This is probably like third from worst. Maybe even fourth from worst. That would make it third best. That feels bad. Oh, I choked! I choked! I choked! I choked. Damn it, I joked. I choked. I didn't joke, I choked. Oh, that might be a good quick save. That might be close enough. It might be too soon. It might be too short. We'll see. Alright, so I need to be holding. Oh yeah, like that. Yes, okay, this is good quick save. Here, I'll take even a bigger sip for it. Well, there was a little bit of marshmallow. Does not want to be in there. Marshmallow does not want to be in there. Oh, actually, as we come towards the end of the stream for the night, because I'll probably go with like 15-20 minutes more, I'll happily take suggestions in chat on how I should adapt this recipe with like actual instructions and like spacing it out. Like you have seen if you've looked at the Twitter when I have them going as a slideshow on the cocktail side. I try to like make them into sensible recipes rather than just put everything in the same glass. So if you have any ideas, I'm happy to hear them out, chat. If you have any ideas on how to utilize the marshmallow better. Or like, I would probably replace the lime juice with just like a slice of lime as a garnish. Garnish, that's the word I was looking for like 30 minutes ago. I got there. Anyway, let me try this shell jump a few more times. Oh, I might be too slow here, honestly. This might be a bad quick save. We'll find out. Oh, a little bit too slow, yeah. Oh, and that's the arrow to the end goal, I think. That's it. Eat a marshmallow while you prepare this. It's not bad. Yeah. What I was thinking is maybe like soak the marshmallow in grenadine, so it's kind of like a maraschino cherry, except it's a marshmallow. It's my current thought. And also, just having the marshmallow as the garnish is very funny. Can you make a marshmallow person? Maybe. Yeah, like a marshmallow person that's just like a dead body floating in it. Yeah, the lime juice is indispensable for sure. But being able to add it yourself to like the amount that you need, maybe it is add some lime juice and then also a lime slice garnish. I feel like that stays within the rules of sticking to what my recipe is. That was way too slow. Yeah, I have to get there even faster. I just have to get there and do like the shell jump immediately. I don't think this quick save's gonna work. I'm gonna try it a few more times. Yeah, because like my spin jump isn't quite high enough there, so I do need to get the bounce off of that lower saw blade. Shoot. Alright. So we're back where we started. If I can get a better quick save there, I'm going to try again. Yeah, in Neurocosm, I do actually kind of like the idea of like sticking together a bunch of marshmallows to make a little stick figure with toothpicks, and then just making that float on the surface. What would be really good is if Nero drowned. How did Nero die? I feel like that will be indispensable knowledge for figuring out the recipe here. Suicide at 30. Okay, so nothing... I mean, that's dramatic, but no, like, you know, drowned in a pool of lava or whatever. That's not realistic, but, you know, like, went down with his own palace burning. Okay, we're at wheel time. Ooh, yeah, after being declared public enemy number 1. You know, that's a win. Alright, we're gonna spin the wheel, because it's been 50 deaths. But we're gonna take the wheel under advisement. We are I'm giving us room to say, no, actually, our drink is good as it is. We don't need to add anything more. So we're going to see what the wheel has to say and take it or leave it. I mean, we have to add a pickle. These are petite snack pickles. Kosher dill. I mean, I could go for a snack right now. It's not... Like, my mouth is already salty, so a pickle's not going to make it worse. It's a fine pickle. Yeah, really get into the presentation here. You can see it in there. It is sadly sank to the surface. It is not a buoyant pickle. I'm sure the pickle juice is adding a lot here, though. Yeah, really very little. The pickle's another garnish, really. Alright. Yeah. Give it to your Marshmallow Nero. Carve the pickle into a fiddle. Beautiful. Alright. Let's see if we can get this. Here we go. Here we go. Sit up straight. I got 40 more chances here. I am capable of this. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, yeah, this is definitely the type of drink that is, like, made to fuck you up, because I had, like, you know, probably 7 or 8 sips of that tonight as it was being constructed, and I am feeling it. I'm feeling some of it, which, like, I don't think I can even chalk that up to the alcohol content alone, you know? Maybe this is just me being the person who doesn't need very much alcohol to get the full effects, like I've said. Definitely won't explain why this level is taking so long. No! Okay, we're making it back here though. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good. I know we're going to make it to that top saw, and there's going to be one more trick, and we're going to completely fail there. Okay, okay. We got this. Yeah, I can tell it's about time to stop. We're gonna give this 23 more deaths. But I think I've probably missed my chances. I've had a few opportunities and they haven't quite come together. But I said I'd go to 2300, so we're gonna go to 2300. Why do I high bounce there? I have never figured out where I actually throw that shell. I mean, there's the coin right there showing where I should. I just can't quite figure out how to get that to work under my fingers. What was that? That was loading a quick save. That dead quick save, of course. I'm not even counting that as a death. That's how you can tell I'm a little tilted. Oh, close, 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 close. Better than I thought I was going to do in these last 20. I threw the shell right there. That didn't land on the blade. That was so close. I don't know why I didn't stay on the blade there. We got this. No, that was too late of a quick save. It's alright. I didn't have enough death left to make that quick save count anyway. Alright. 2 chances left. Will we clutch it out? My gut says no. My gut also says, what the fuck have you been drinking? Alright, there we go. 2,300 deaths. We don't need to spin the wheel again. This drink is exactly what we know it is. It's the Bloody Nero. In fact, let me just put that here. Make sure I include a pickle in the ingredient list. There we go. But before we call it quits, let's go and get a little confidence boost. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to level 1 of this hack and see if we can beat that. And this is going to work either way. I have a brilliant scheme here. Because if I knock it right out, they'll be, okay, I do have skills, this level's just way harder. And if I don't, then, okay, the Bloody Nero got to me too much. So of course I was struggling. See, so it's a win-win. We're not going to count deaths here or anything, this is just for me. Okay. Maybe the Bloody Nero was just an evil drink. Or maybe I'm still okay at this game. think this is pretty good proof that I am just kind of burnt out. I have reached my limit, and the Bloody Nero did not help at all. I'll just try a few more times, because this level still does feel fun to play. Oh, oops. Wait, what? You're telling me... Oh, What? I accidentally hit my quick load. And that actually looks like it's maybe a viable quick save. That's great. That's hilarious. Just as long as I'm holding both grab and jump. If we get this all of a sudden, this will be incredible. I'm breaking the rules at this point. I know. I don't care. Okay, how am I supposed to get that platform to fall faster, even? Oh, wait, maybe I use that so I can just reset and then immediately go and spin jump? Sorry, I've gone off the rails at this point. Just like Nero. What do you know? Okay, maybe my problem is doing a high bounce there. Yeah, because then the stall blade just gets too far away from me. Maybe if I do something like that. See, this is what happens when I don't set any rules for myself. It's just pure chaos. And I don't think it's even fun to watch, so... Sorry about that. I just thought maybe I was going to get it. But I'm not. And I think it's time to sign off for the night. Thanks for coming out to the stream. It's been a lot of fun. We've had some... We do truly succeed in making a cursed drink today. Actually, let me go back to the prediction that I threw out at the start. Let me see if I can't give us a conclusion there. Let me remember to do this before I close the stream. Choose prediction. Let's see. Well, let's see. We only have one entry in the prediction, so I'll just go ahead and say that you are correct, that it is not my cup of tea. I think, more realistically, this would more be in the nasty realm of things, on the range from actually good to fine to not my cup of tea to nasty to evil. But just in the interest of not eating someone else's channel points, we'll just say that that's correct. If I could have made the prediction last the whole stream, I absolutely would have. It's limited to 20 minutes as far as I can tell. Anyway, thanks for coming out to the stream tonight. Well, we'll be back next week, hopefully, to make some more progress. I imagine not to beat the game. Yeah, have a great week. Make sure you catch Jay if they're streaming tomorrow. They're back with some good stuff, I promise. Yeah. And, on the, save the date of the 26th, we're going to be doing a, Mario murder mystery on stream. That's going to be fun. I need to knit myself a toad cap. And I need to practice my toad voice. And figure out how to say it without killing my voice! Oh man, I've already talked too much. So I can't even do it properly. Oh wow, there we go! No, okay, I've just talked too much. I can't even do it. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna figure out something to do about that. Anyway, you're welcome for that! Alright, till next week, have a good life.